why are you showing up to work? Simple question, but it's deeper if you start to think about it, right? I mean, why are you doing sales? Why are you working in the car space? Why are you in the auto world? Okay, you show up and you do all this and you make all these cold calls and you're closing deals. Why are you closing deals? Why do you want to close more deals? What's the point? There's nobody in their right mind wants to close more deals for fun. That's your idea of fun. I mean, I love sales. That's not even my idea of fun. Selling is not by any means my idea. I'd rather watch a movie or something, right? Something past. I don't want to be here trying to handle objections and closing deals and things like that, right? You got to ask yourself, what game am I playing? And for what purpose? Whatever you're doing right now, whatever job you're in, whatever business you're in, whatever company you're in, whether you're in network marketing, you're in business for yourself, you're in sales, whatever. Why? And people always talk about know your why or come down to your why. It's like one of the most basic things in personal development and everybody regurgitates it. And I hate hearing it because these people just don't understand the deeper layers. They hear some speaker on stage or they hear a Jim Rohn or one of these older philosopher guys talk about it and they say, yeah, what's your why? I got on a sales call with 3 to 4 guys from the UK the other day. And these guys are all 22. All of them, I believe, were 22, 21 years old. So they're a bit younger. And it was the epitome of not my type of people that I would want to work with, right? It was a lot of talk, zero action, zero experience. It was a lot of young talk. And I could tell they had just started to do personal development. They had probably just read The Power of Positive Thinking. They had probably just read How to Win Friends and Influence People, something I did freaking 10 years ago. Like I was reading these books and onto this stuff when I was 15, 16 years old. And these kids probably just found it. And I was on a call with them. And then in the middle of the call, one of them said, can I ask you a question? Because if we're going to work together, I want to know this. I'm like, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. He's like, what's your why? What's your reason? What's your deeper why? I was like, you really want me to answer that? Like, is that relevant to this conversation? And then I went into an answer and we could continue the conversation. But people ask that question, but that's not the point. That's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying here is, what game are you playing? Not what's your why? Like, I was always broke. Now I'm fired up and I want to be rich now, not that type of why. That's not what I'm talking about. That's great. You want to tap into the spirituality of it. You want to tap deeper into your motivators. I talk about the 2 motivators, right? Desperation versus inspiration. That's all great. That's all important. And it is a real thing, but that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about here is, what game are you playing? What's your game? Like, you're in the media business right now to do what? And then to do what? To create what for yourself? To what? To eventually exit that business, to sell it, to buy a big farm and go off the grid? What's your game plan? Like, what is the game you're playing? You're in the auto business. You're selling tickets. You're working with New York Islanders, whatever it is here, whatever anybody does here, right? Whatever I'm doing, what's your game? And whose game are you playing is an important follow-up question to that, because a lot of people are victim to this, including myself. Self-admittedly, I did so much self-development and going to conferences and working with mentors. And I almost overdid it to a point where I didn't know at one point, probably like 3-5 years ago, what game I was playing and whose game I was playing. I don't know if some of these goals I was writing down were my goals or somebody else's goals. I was almost now looking at life through the eyes of all these other people and through this other lens, right? So it's important to ask yourself that. What game are you playing? And also, whose game are you playing? So does that all make sense to everybody?